How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to episode 2 of Agatha All Along. This episode is titled Circle Sewn With Fate, Unlock Thy Hidden Gate. That's an unnecessarily long title, but it is what it is. Now, before we get into the recap of the episode, I just want to say, because I didn't really say it with the last episode, these two videos are going to be a little bit later than usual, because I do try to get reactions to shows out within the first 24 hours of the episode's airing. That's probably not going to be the case for these first two episodes, but with episode 3 it probably will be. Anyway, in terms of last episode, I enjoyed it for the most part. I think it perfectly set up the show. We saw Agatha basically where we saw her at the end of WandaVision. She was trapped in her own mind, in her own, like, fictional reality, in a way, where she was trying to solve a crime and a murder, which revolved around Wanda. Like, it was her mind telling her that Wanda's dead. And then she broke out of her mind with the help of Aubrey Plaza's character, I think, and this other kid, I assume, because this kid was doing this spell. Yeah, like, she broke out of her own mind. She's no longer got her powers, because obviously Wanda drained them. And now she needs to go get her powers back, because she's going to be hunted by the Salem 7, which I think we saw in WandaVision, who tried to, like, kill her on trial or whatever, and when she, like, drained their powers and stuff. But yeah, we met Aubrey Plaza's character, who is another witch that has some kind of history with Agatha. And also, Agatha might have had a son at some point, Nicholas Scratch, which I swear to God that must be a name for the devil, right? But yeah, I mean, I don't know how to feel on, like, the show's premise being about her getting her powers back, because is it going to take the whole show to do that? That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, that basically sums it all up. So let's stop dilly-dallying around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode.
What were you looking for in my house?
The road.
Like I said before, Catherine Han just nails her role perfectly.
Every little bit of power I had left me with household appliances.
I feel like she's going to bring back Wanda. Because in the comics, isn't she like a mentor sometimes to Wanda? Because this series could be like a redemption for Agatha. Circle Sewn With Fate, Unlock Thy Hidden Gate. That's a long as fuck title.
Whose shoes are these?
Whose shoes are these?
The house is yours, random boy.
Take me to Witch's Road.
Witch's Road.
Come again?
The Witch's Road. I want you to take me there.
Why?
Witch's Road doesn't exist.
You're lying.
Well,
Am I?
yeah,
That's
I mean...
just what real witches say to keep the amateurs out, if you make it to the end. And I can. I will.
Who are you? Like, how are you related to this?
Road is no place for a kid.
I'm 16.
Oh, sorry. Teen.
Still technically a kid. Like, what?
That's why I saved you from the spell you were under.
You did that.
If you've got the goods to break a spell cast by the Scarlet Witch, why do you need the road?
Was it him that did it, or was it Aubrey Plaza?
I want a blast to shield, to let...
Fucking facial expressions.
Nope. Too risky. No time.
You really think you can outrun them with no magic at all?
Maybe. Is that hair? Is that connected to the scratch thing? Because I thought that was a bit weird.
Who are you?
My name is...
He's got a magic spell.
I'm driving.
What? Really? Yes.
So he doesn't know he can't say his name.
And this is
What?
not a car. Okay. That's all right.
Oh. Because she... that's what she used in her mind.
Oh my God, are you taking me to meet your coven?
No, those harpies are dust.
Get a new coven. The Coven of Chaos. Wanda's house. It is interesting that technically you could argue WandaVision got a second season. Right?
Wherever you are, a coven there shall be.
That's beautiful.
Within any 3-mile radius, There will be a collection of witchy enough people to form a coven.
Now, of course. Will
Yeah,
this be
perfect.
She was good. Yep. Didn't knew she was good for out the window.
What?
Here. Now.
Psychic
You
readings.
think there's a real witch in there?
See if she knows the secret handshake.
Good day, madam. Oh, thank you so much for seeing us. His daddy recently passed, and we miss him something awful.
Her facial expressions are insane.
Debit works. He always takes care of Mama. Hurry up, though.
I think she knows.
You'll find the gold bars in an old bowling bag at the back of his closet. There's something else.
Agatha.
They took your agency for 3 years. That's why you're here. And I am not interested.
Wait, what?
Thank you for your purchase. Your bank statement will say Lilia's leggings, but that's just my side hustle.
What did she just do?
Looks like we came to the right place.
Witches like you are the reason people think we poison apples and steal children and eat babies.
Babies are delicious.
Oh,
Apologize. You don't look a day under 450.
Years old?
beat it, Harkness.
I'm gonna walk the road.
What?
The road is a death wish.
I need a divination witch.
Name a badder bitch in South America. Or Europe.
Who is this child?
My pet.
Her pet.
If we're successful, won't you turn around and steal my power?
Maybe.
I can't steal your magic unless you blast me with it.
Yeah, so just don't blast her.
The path you're currently on leads nowhere. Join me.
Us.
Get out of it.
What is happening?
Witchcraft.
She possessed?
A list of 4 names. Looks like you've got your coven.
She wrote that fast.
You're on here.
Agatha's address.
But she knew, like, they were the names, but she didn't know she wrote her own name.
So, who's next?
Oh, Crow. Deaf.
Who's next on the list?
I'm being serious, ladies.
Ew. Oh, ew. Why'd you put your hand in that while the candle's on? You know how hot that would be?
Especially because you do have to burn them before ingestion.
Where do you keep your jade eggs? Actually, you gals want to go splitsies on one?
Agatha, I haven't seen you since I made a really pointed effort to never run into you again.
We're gonna walk the road.
You're serious?
Yeah. She's assembling the Witches' Avengers.
You look amazing.
I know. What do you care about my magic? You lost the Darkhold. Now you're powerless and exposed.
Yeah.
You'd chew off your own acrylics to get back into the club.
I love your Insta page, by the way. You totally minimized the size of my pores.
Another child sacrifice?
Sure.
I haven't been convicted of anything.
Yeah, not yet.
Historically, we as a group don't do well in courtrooms.
Wait, so you're magically bound and you're about to get literally bound?
You think I haven't tried everything to unbind, you freaky little miscreants?
Hey.
You've tried everything but the road.
Hmm.
Very mature.
Come on, Teen. Wasting daylight.
Oh, it's Woodbury, did. From Walking Dead.
My mom went to see her last tour right before she died. R.I.P. I bid on a limited edition signed LP of the ballad, but it cost...
I wonder if all these witches that are showing up in this are, like, witches from Marvel. Now that. What's with the... Like, she saw the crow. Now with that.
Run.
Run!
Assaulted my nephew.
Did you just tackle a teenager?
Yeah, I saw them lift something.
He didn't touch anything. Check his pockets. He didn't do anything, sir.
You're fired.
What?
It's a con, a cult.
Yeah. But what if it isn't?
What happened to Mommy?
Hmm.
It's a tough nut to smash.
Crack.
We don't need her. Come on.
How far away is the road? Like, what's the drive time?
You don't drive her.
I was born
Yeah, it's a magic spell. She can't hear. So what's...
Drive faster.
Well, back to Westview. Oh. Oh, is it like 3 signs before the end type of thing? Is that like the Salem 7 on their way? Because like each animal there, I think it's like an omen of death or something.
Does this look centered?
Let me see.
She's
maybe
gonna rip it
I
down.
Just put it a little more to the...
Yep.
No.
High Priestess.
Jennifer Kale, potions.
Lilia Calderu, divination.
Gang's all here. Let's hit the road.
Wait. Where's our green witch?
It wasn't a name. It was a heart.
A heart?
I know who it is. I'll just go get her.
Aubrey Plaza. I assume her name's Darkheart? She's gonna ask her.
Yoo-hoo.
Mrs. Hart was what Wanda granted me. You know,
I was just wondering if you'd like to come to a little party I'm having tonight.
oh, I haven't been to a party since Mr. Davis passed away.
Are you in or you out, Hart?
Oh, well, I think I'm gonna grab my purse.
Oh, the husband passed away. Was he the guy in like the first episode of WandaVision?
All aboard?
So who's going high?
Oh, no, thank you. I don't take drugs.
Get off me!
What? Oh, because I guess spirits are like going, like touching her and stuff. Oh. The Salem 7.
Earthly and divine.
Wait, so how did Agatha get into the road last time?
Am I supposed to know this song?
Down, down, down the road.
I was about to say that. Like, she doesn't know it. No.
Marching ever forward.
Uh-oh. There's only one, though.
If sun be gone,
Oh! Wait, that was only 6.
down the witches, down the witches, down the wind, winding through the wood.
What if it doesn't work?
We'll wander high and low.
It's a pretty good song, though, to be honest. Oh. Oh, she's crying.
My friend, to glory at the end.
Didn't work.
Well, if she wasn't so pitchy.
Says the voice flatter than a pancake.
Yeah, did you not hear
I have perfect.
Listen. Calm down. Wait, Agatha doesn't even know the 7 of hair.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'd die before letting you befoul it with your noxious mediocrity.
Piss him off.
Go to hell.
Make me! Wait! Huh, this is a power grab. She wants us to attack her. Well, it's not my fault. Only a true coven can open the door. Just blast me, you bitches!
What is that?
Oh, the door just appeared.
Open it.
What? Jesus. Open it. She can't open it, so they all have to open it. Holy shit, Thanos has been here.
What does your gut tell you?
Oh! Ooh! Door closed. Yep. Can they find her in here, though? So what, we're gonna spend... How many episodes does the show have? Like 8, 9, I think? I mean, there's the road. It's like the Wizard of Oz.
I never doubted us for a second.
What if they don't redeem her and she does just betray everyone? That's very, like I said, Wizard of Oz. It's about as good as last episode, you know? I think decent for the most part. You know, there's nothing terrible in the show. There's nothing insane about it. It's just, yet again, the question I have is what purpose does the show serve in terms of, like, is it necessary, you know? But at the end of the day, I guess nothing is really necessary when you think about it. Nothing in the MCU is really necessary. Does it need to exist? No. Is it something to watch? Yes. Well, there you go, you know? I like the song, the Witch's Road song. I think that was pretty catchy. I have a feeling people will probably be pissed off a little bit with that because not everyone's a fan of musicals. I'm not a fan of musicals, but it's a show about witches, you know what I'm saying? So I think it makes sense. The bonus is that it was a good song, so it would have been awful if it was a shit song, you know, but it was pretty catchy. It's pretty catchy. It worked with like so much happening, you know, the Salem 7 coming out and doing that weird shit. I always hate that in like horror films or horror shows, like the demonic kind of entity where it's like crawling and like doing these weird twitches and stuff. Like, it's just like, ugh. The biggest one that I hate is where they're just shaking. You know what I mean? They're just like that. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm intrigued with the teen stuff, right? The kid. Because what's with him not being able to say his name and where he's from? Because does that only impact him? Or is it something done to Agatha? Right? Because surely he would say his name to his boyfriend and where he was from to his boyfriend, so surely he'd pick up on that because he doesn't know he can't say his own name. So the question is, like, if it is something done to Agatha, why? And is it connected to this Scratch person? Because we've had 2 episodes now where both have focused on Agatha potentially having a son. There's a teenager that shows up. You know what I'm saying? Or Scratch was killed back in Salem, but then Scratch is also another version of the devil, right? Like, it's one of the names of the devil, I think, Scratch. Nicholas Scratch is a nickname for the devil. But how would that... So you're telling me Agatha had a kid that was the devil? Or is it... I don't want to say it. Is it Mephisto? Because that is weirdly coincidental. Because there was a lot of things that were like, oh, that could be Mephisto. And now she's got potentially a son that's named after the devil. Bit weird. Nicholas Scratch. That is 100% like one of the names for the devil. I don't think, obviously, it's not going to be connected to anything Mephisto related, but it would be interesting. Because if there's any chance for them to do it, they'd do it in this show. Because the other show, WandaVision, was filled full of speculation of Mephisto. But we've got to keep it going, you know, we've got to keep that meme going. It was just a funny fucking theory that everyone had in WandaVision, because it kind of made sense. And a part of me thinks it was probably going to happen because WandaVision was supposed to have 10 episodes. So I wonder if it is a spell that's been done on Agatha then. Because like, it's just, surely Teen, like I said, would talk to his boyfriend about his name and like where he's come from and stuff and where he was born. So it must be something done to Agatha. And a part of me is thinking, because Agatha wants to go down the road to get her powers back, and that's probably what the premise of the whole show is going to be about Agatha getting her powers back. But at the same time, you're watching a show about a witch that doesn't have powers, and it's like... It seems like a lot of wasted time there. I feel like she should get her powers back by like episode 5, and then the last few episodes she's wrecking shit, you know? What if her desire at the end of it isn't to get her powers back? It's either to bring back her son, or... Because they've had two episodes now where they've hinted at the son, or to bring Wanda back. I'm not 100% familiar with Agatha in the comics, but I do know that she is some kind of mentor character to Wanda, right? So what if she brings Wanda back, teaches her all the things that she needs to know or whatever, like all the stuff that Agatha's learned over the years. Obviously she won't have her powers now, but she'll be there. And what if Scarlet Witch or Wanda gives some of her power to Agatha? So Agatha does get a bit of a power buff, and then they work together in Secret Wars or something. Because we need every player for Secret Wars, right? And honestly, it would make every show that the MCU has had for like the last few years feel important, because they're all going to serve a purpose in Doomsday/Secret Wars. You know, not that ever needs to really be a thing, but even in the worst, like, first 3 phases, like the worst films of them phases, they still had a purpose later on. Like, the Dark World had the Reality Stone, right? And that served a purpose later on. you know, we need a bit of that in the MCU. Like, I love connective tissue, but the last few years haven't been great in terms of consistency. You know, we've had some good films sprinkled throughout. We've had some films sprinkled throughout. And the same thing applies to shows. We've had some okay shows, but then we've had like the bangers like Loki, and you could argue WandaVision, even though I think WandaVision did fall off towards the end of the show. It started strong, and then it fell a bit flat towards the end. And I don't know if that's because they didn't have another episode to work with, because like I said, they were supposed to have 10 episodes for WandaVision, but they only did 9. So I wonder if that 10th episode would have improved the ending, because I do feel like the ending was a bit average. It was just very formulaic, if that's even the word. You know, it just felt very typical Marvel formula. Now, so far, in terms of writing for this show, it isn't that bad. I kind of like the writing for the show, and I think that's also kind of carried by Catherine Hahn's acting. The writing is fine. Is it a show that's made for like Marvel nerds like us that watch like everything Marvel? Probably not. I say watch everything Marvel, and I haven't watched X-Men 97, even though I know I should, because I've heard fucking amazing things about it, but whatever. This show, I think, has its own little corner in the MCU, and I think that's what's good about the MCU. There's so many different genres within it. You know, we've got a witch show. We've got a movie that's based in space with the Guardians, and you know, that's what I like about the MCU. That there's different genres. You know, we've had Deadpool and Wolverine, which is like a buddy cop, R-rated comedy film, right? And it's fucking fantastic. Granted, there's some issues I do have with Deadpool and Wolverine with the writing, but it is a fun as fuck film to watch. It's just fun. So far, I think the show's fun. It's a fun little show. Like, I'm not bothered by it being, like, mainly centered around Agatha. The only thing I'm really bothered about is just, like, does this need to exist? But, like I said, does anything in the MCU really need to exist? No. Does the MCU in itself need to exist? No. But if it didn't, the sad reality is cinema wouldn't be as popping as it is. Granted, there is some films that obviously do great. Beetlejuice obviously is doing pretty well right now. But I mean, there's not really much else to like go into other than, well, now they're on the road. Are they just going to be heading to this destination for the next 7 episodes or 6 episodes, however many are left? I don't know if I like that. But at the end of the day, a show does need a premise and then setup, and then it needs to lead to that setup, but it's potentially an 8 to 9 episode show. I think it might be 9. Like, do we have time for that? I don't know. I would prefer getting Agatha her powers back in like episode 5 or 6, because it'd just be more interesting than, oh, we've got to wait until the finale. She gets her powers back in the finale, and then she can defeat the Salem 7. And speaking of the Salem 7, how are they a thing? Like, we saw Agatha take their powers in WandaVision, but how are they alive right now? Like, are they out? They're obviously out for revenge, but what's brought them back? Is it the fact that Agatha lost her powers, and now, because she lost her powers, everyone that she took powers from has come back to life in a certain extent, or to a certain extent? I mean, I assume we'll probably find out more about the Salem 7 in this show. We only really had that one scene from WandaVision where they put her on, like, trial or whatever, and then they blasted her. Yeah, I mean, that basically sums up the shitty review. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for the next one. Ta-ta, and farewell.